The views and opinions expressed on Twala Business News do not necessarily reflect those of the Twala Global Network nor those of the production company. All necessary precautions have been taken to minimize any bias and or prejudice.
Welcome to yet another episode of Twala Business News. I'm your host, Precious Mphuthi, and joining me today is the one and only Modisana Ralesai, the founder of Uhuru TV, a local streaming app that aims to find unique talent and content from independent creators. Modisana, how are you doing today?
I'm great. After that intro, it was really awesome.
Okay, that's good. Now let's dive into your business.
Yeah.
What was the processes that came about to choosing the name Uhuru? What was so unique about this name?
Okay. Firstly, everything started after I turned 30, probably when I was 32. So during my 20s, I was never involved in the arts or anything creative. I always knew that I am. But maybe the life situation at the time, because I was working, started a family very young, so my focus was more on that. So the name Uhuru came about when I was like, you know what, there's definitely something much more than I can offer than what I was at the time. So it was more of a personal journey, because the word Uhuru in Swahili means freedom. So I actually wanted to free myself from the society conforms of getting a job, working for your family, and not really tapping into your creativity. So for me, it was more of a personal journey of freedom and getting to the point that I am today, whereby I can create every day without any restrictions.
That's interesting, I must say. So like, how has being a manager in a corporate world taught you? What has it taught you, and how did you then integrate that into Uhuru TV?
I'm glad you asked that question, because a lot of people do ask, how is it that, you started something and immediately became a success? And I'm like, honestly, I just bounced it off my retail experience, because I've worked in the retail industry for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
9 years as a manager, and for 5 different brands, from your Zara's, your Truworths, Markham. So everything for me started there. I got my first-hand experience of running a business from my work. Managing teams, encouraging, because retail is tough, and it's all about selling a customer experience, but also meeting the company's bottom line, the objectives. So I had that balance from my work, but also as a creative, I had that balance in my, business, if I can call it that, in my business, that I am disciplined as a business person. And then the creativity obviously will shine out if I'm more business orientated as well.
Definitely. So you do have a lot of belts under your name. On Uhuru TV, you have also quite a lot of responsibilities or roles that you play. Would you share with us, how do you manage to balance doing all of them at once?
I don't have a social life. That's it.
Are you kidding?
I don't have a social life. My social life is literally what I do from work and obviously my creative projects. That's my life, and obviously as a family man, I involve my family a lot. So my wife, whom I've been with for 16 years basically.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she obviously is a big part of everything that I do. She's you saw earlier on, she's busy with the restaurant side of things while I'm handling this. So that's obviously, man. I rely a lot on that. So, but also, obviously, especially on the app, I have a guy that I work with, Katiso. Okay. I think we met last year. We had a live event here at the Uhuru Family Restaurant, and then he was part of a team, a band back then. He came with them as the photographer. immediately when he came, he was like, "Hot man, and I say, yeah, he lives here.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so yeah, man. So having him obviously as part of the team has really helped me to or rather help the app to get it to where it is, and keeping a balance for my life as well, because we're similar, me and Katiso. So I like, because I also shoot, I handle the camera, I'm a director and all of that.
Yeah.
So for me it's easy, even if he's not on set and I'm working alone, like I already, capture everything with the end product, knowing that Kat is going to edit it this way.
Okay.
So for us, it's very seamless, So yeah, that's how I have a great support structure around me, to be honest.
I must say, I see how he's so supportive and just always there rooting for you.
Yeah.
So Modisana, you know how as kids we all had just different ideas of what we wanted to be when we grew up. Some wanted to be doctors, some engineers, all of that. I want to know, what career path did you want to pursue as a child?
Politics.
And really?
Really. Funny enough, politics. I grew up a very introverted child.
Okay.
But one thing I always possessed, I think I got that from my dad, was always doing the right thing and standing up for what's right. So throughout my primary and high school career, I always clashed with teachers when, I was quiet. So that shocked them, like, hey, this kid can actually talk, whenever I felt they're doing something that's not right. So obviously, after leaving high school, that was my main thing. I wanted to study political science, either at NW or at VITS.
Okay.
But finances didn't come about. But yeah, so that dream fell away. And obviously I don't know if it's controversial or not, but how our country is run, I was like, no ways, I don't want to do anything in politics. So yeah, but I honestly wanted to be, but not more of a politician, rather more of someone who works in a like embassy, in a foreign country. Rather, yeah, more of a diplomat than a politician, like an MP or whatever. No, that's exactly what I wanted to do. But the arts came calling.
So I want to know, how did you then transition from wanting to do politics to what you are doing now?
I think funny enough, I remember how I got into the retail space, like as a retailer. It was more of a holiday job back then in 2010, just after the World Cup, I think. So, I was just at home, not going to school. I remember my sister back then was like, no, man, just drop in your CV, which I did. And then I was hired the following day. And, after being there, I was like, no, man, this can actually work, because it also helps me be the person that I really am.
Exactly.
To be honest, retail helped me to be the creative that I am, because it gave me a platform because I engage a lot with people. Mind you, I did say I grew up very introverted.
Yeah.
So I transitioned a lot through working in that space, because there's nowhere to hide. I mean, especially as a leader as well, all of these people come with their problems and you have to handle them. So it really, that industry helped me, transition into, the creative that I am right now, So I guess, the arts kind of stumbled upon me through what I did, because I had a platform literally every day where I work, where I'm myself. So it's not a big transition, because I dress like this to work. I go in my shorts, so I'm literally myself every day. So it was easy for me to kind of balance the both.
Pure authenticity, 100%. As it is. So now let's talk about this path that you have took. What was the reaction of friends and family when you wanted to become an entrepreneur? Since we know entrepreneurship can be a threat to employment in a way, how did they react?
As you might know, obviously, because I'm sure you've been doing this for a while as well, interviewing business people, no support from external family and friends. Like, they don't believe what you're saying. They're like, okay, whatever, bro, like, sharp, And I've never even seen these people around the space. They've never even been here or shown any interest. But I guess it's more out of guilt more than anything. But honestly, when the restaurant started, I just want to shift a bit. I don't know if that's okay.
It's okay.
Because the restaurant started the app. The app grew from the restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Basically, yeah. Okay. So when the restaurant started, I remember it was 2018. I invited 5 of my close friends. I was like, guys, I want to start something. So I want to use you guys as like, so I can take pictures for social media. So people can get a vibe. Oh, this is what's happening here. Only one of them pitched. So no one showed up. Only one of them pitched. only one of them pitched out of the 5 people I invited, and they were getting free food, mind you. Free food, a photo
Who
shoot.
does not want free food?
Imagine. So yeah, I mean, so I didn't get, to be honest, the reaction from my friends were like, we don't see that working. Because I mean, we were trying to create a 5-star restaurant in the hood. Like literally, that's why it's like, it's not gonna work. But wakasi wagata, dibiri, and all of that. But so yeah, but here we are today.
Look at it now.
And the app grew from the restaurant, as I said. So yeah, man, that's how it started, with people not having faith. But obviously, if you're determined, I mean, everything will fall into place.
Definitely. And you have an amazing support structure. So, you know what? It's fine. You made it in the end.
Yeah, true that.
So, Uhuru TV has quite a lot of shows that shed light on artists and even entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Would you kindly share with our viewers at home how they can try to, you know, get their shows to play on Uhuru TV?
Uhuru TV, obviously, it started with everything that I do. I try to put a lot of my personality in it, because then it makes it authentic, like you said, makes it easy for me as well. So Uhuru TV started with me creating a platform for those people who were never given a chance at all. Because mostly it's mostly alternative artists and whatnot, and even the shows, the way I kind of conceptualize them, it's more alternative. You know, it's not mainstream. So it started with that, with the idea that later on, once we start creating a base for ourselves, that's when we can kind of, you know, challenge Netflix, because that's where we're going next. We won't right now, obviously, but we're gonna start shooting body short film movies and a series. Yeah. But it started off with obviously just more of entertainment, creating a platform for alternative people. I have a cooking show on it. I have a DIY show on it. So obviously that was also a platform for myself to showcase more of my creativity. So, but yeah, we now transitioning into a phase whereby now we kind of making it commercial. We're going into getting obviously corporate sponsors on board, because now we've created a community. Can I just share as well? We actually yesterday dropped an upgrade on the app. People can now comment inside the app.
Okay.
So I mean, think of it like, I mean, it's basically YouTube, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook in
all
one.
Mixed at
in
once.
one. Yeah. Because now it's like people can actually, how can I put it? People can actually advertise the stuff as well. Because I mean, you, for instance, if you are dressed by a local designer, you know, someone comments, hey man, the pressures, that top you're wearing, if you have the app, you respond, no, get it, mama, you know, that's a community in itself.
I must say it's amazing to see how Uhuru TV has helped so many upcoming artists to gain exposure. Would you share with our viewers at home how they can try to get their art or content showcased on Uhuru TV? What steps do they follow?
Oh, okay, because I actually do a lot on the app, because I'm actually the head of talent search.
Okay.
So whenever you're engaging with Uhuru TV on social media, it's me.
It's you.
I make sure for the first year, because we launched last in December, for this first year, I want to be heavily involved, you know, set the tone. So when, obviously from next year, when you start bringing other people, you know, they already know this is how we run things, you know. So obviously the first thing is go on our socials. We're very present on Instagram and obviously Facebook. But obviously with any, I mean, TV station, if I can call it, there's protocol. You know, firstly, we are more of an alternative online creative app, more than commercial. So obviously we no hard feelings, but we don't have like Boma piano on it, like no compromise, like at all.
Okay.
Like, let's be fair, like there's enough platforms for that, you know. So we are more of the alternative side of things, because there's guys, like honestly, we work with a lot of talented people. Some of them, there's a couple of boys, man, they live out in Bupilo, Muvang. They have collaborated with artists in USA. No one knows about it. Why? Because no one cares, right? We all fixated on, you know, the popular stuff. So yeah, so obviously people, if they want to have their content on our app, they either send us an email, which is studiohuru20@gmail.com, or obviously they DM us on Instagram at The Real Uhuru TV, or on at Jazz After Dark, or on Orange Live, which are the side shows that fall into the app as well. They have separate handles.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope our viewers are taking notes. So now Uhuru has multiple shows that, shed light on upcoming artists as well as entrepreneurs. So would you then say, as an entrepreneur, it's always imperative to help or assist other entrepreneurs where possible?
Always. That's honestly what I believe in, because besides, I did mention earlier, Uhuru TV, or our brand is called Brand Uhuru. There's a few things under it. And what I'm creating is a community, I'm literally creating a community. We have a lot of contacts in USA already, in the UK. We have across the African continent, probably like four countries that
Wow.
we have reached already. So the whole thing is that, let's say for instance, after this COVID is over, on the music side of things, we wanna launch a concert. I know already I can get artists from US, from the UK,
Wow.
from the African continent, and they can in turn also collaborate with the artists that are based on Akasi. In that way, that's already giving a platform from someone who's based in my hood, Tshepiso, like it's giving them a platform to interact with someone who's already there, who has a market. Like, who doesn't want their music to be heard in the USA?
Exactly.
That's like the biggest market out there, right? So yeah, man. so basically, yeah, that's about it. The Uhuru TV app is actually a community for people to take advantage of. There's nothing that makes me happy when someone that had content on the app or worked with us somehow starts collaborating with someone that already worked as well. Prior to that, they never knew each other. And with the commenting that we just launched on the app, it's going to make it easy for them. They don't need me,
to communicate,
because I've always
right?
been the middleman, the plug. So now they don't need me. They just go on the app, they exchange numbers on the app, and they start working. Because also COVID taught a lot of people that it's easy to collaborate with an international artist without even going there.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, just use the internet, and yeah, you can record your side of the world, I record my side of the world, and we mix the song. It's a song, so yeah, man, that's one of the things that make me proud when I see creatives collaborating on the platform that I founded. So yeah.
Amazing. So now, when you have started, or while you are venturing into this tech world, how has your experience been thus far? Have there been any hiccups? How has this industry been treating you?
A lot of hiccups. Firstly, I never liked tech. I don't own a laptop. Funny enough, I run an app. I run an app from my phone.
What?
Honestly, I made it as easy as possible for myself.
Wow.
I don't like tech. I've never owned a laptop in my life. The only one I bought, the first laptop I bought, was for the app, so we can obviously edit. I don't like tech. So obviously, personally, yes, I have grown, obviously, because now I've opened myself up to using technology more. I'm more of a creative. I'm hands-on. I like painting. I like creating with my hands. But the biggest challenge, obviously, has been, I remember when we were starting the app, just when we launched, there were a lot of hiccups, because videos wouldn't be uploaded on time, because obviously we didn't fully have the know-hows, because I got someone to create it, like a coder, someone who does the actual coding, and we had to run it. So the handover wasn't the best. The guy was just like, okay, you paid me, there's the app. And I had to figure it out, because I don't have a team. It was only me, and Kat is obviously the editor. So I had to figure out, how do I run this thing? Now I have it, and I've never really been tech savvy, but now I have to kind of open myself to it. But yeah, man, after 10 months of doing it, man, I honestly feel that, I've grown as a person. You're never too old to learn anything.
Yeah, true.
Like I said, everything for me started at 32. Literally at 32, so you're never too old to
Never, ever.
to learn anything or have a new dream, basically.
That is indeed very motivational. So you know how on Uhuru TV there's quite a lot of shows that we can watch. Which show speaks to you most, and why?
Okay, I probably created 80% of them. I'm the producer on them, and obviously director. For me, the one right now, obviously we haven't been consistent on it recently due to various reasons, but it's similar to a platform that we're on right now. You know, it's behind the creative. You know, that's like in its literal meaning. It's we actually want to know behind the person. Because I'm actually on episode 1, so a lot of people don't know me around Val, you know, except the people I grew up with, because I've never been out there, you know. So, and from social media, people assume that this person has been a creative all their life and whatnot. So I actually wanted to give a platform for creatives to tell the story, the person behind the brand. Because most of the time, we really don't know who's behind the brand. Yeah, we hear about them, we see them, but you actually don't know the story.
Yeah.
So on that show, there was... And funny enough, we're using the couches of that set. You guys only, these couches, I bought them specifically for that set as I was creating the set for that show, because I already had a vision. You know, this is the set. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be rustic and raw. The background, I was like, I already had the vision. I just needed the people to be there. Oh, and funny enough, the first episode we shot was of Dave Magoma last year. You know, he's one of the photographers, well-known photographers in the mainstream South Africa that comes from the Val, from Sharpeville. So he was the first person, but unfortunately we lost content. I was explaining earlier on to Smanga, we lost a whole lot of content in February due to tech problems. So it wasn't my fault though, but yeah, we lost content. But yeah, man, that is the show for me that was very close to my heart, you know. But obviously since then we've created a whole lot of shows, and for me now the one that stands out for me is Orange Live. Orange Live is a conceptual music platform that focuses more on the alternative music side of things. And yeah, man, it's quite simple. An artist comes through, we put a mic, they sing, and we do our things with the camera, and that's it. And that is the most viewed show on the app.
Oh,
you know?
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. So if you could give advice to the people of South Africa, whether young or old, who would someday like to become content creators, what advice would you give them?
For me, any advice I would give for anything is just be you. You know, make it easy for yourself. Like I said, everything that I do, honestly, is an extension of me. It starts there for me. Because if I want to do something based on Precious is doing this, for example, Kobisa Precious, I'll never get it right. So even, I mean, I taught myself how to cook, you know, and then I called myself a chef. And in my head, I implemented that I'm a chef. I can cook. And I started doing that. I started cooking for people. Yes, it wasn't easy because I had to, after serving someone, I had to run in my small corner and be like, yo, what do you now or what? Because I wasn't sure. I've always cooked for my family, so now I'm cooking for people. But here I am now. I have a restaurant. There's people who are cooking. Those recipes, they got it from me. You know, it started from me. But hence I said, like, everything needs to start from you. That's the only advice I can give.
Yeah.
Like, don't copy anyone. Do you all the time, and people will catch on eventually.
Do you heard it first.
Always.
I hope the viewers at home have grasped all this powerful knowledge that we have heard from Modisana today. And with that being said, Modisana, we have reached the end of our interview. Thank you so much for coming. From Twala Business News, we wish you the absolute best. And we just hope to continue take up space in this industry. To the viewers at home, stay tuned for our next episode where we'll be focusing on the restaurant division of Uhuru. Thank you.
Easy, they saying that I rap like it's easy. Got the all white shoes like a BG. Respect coming in cause they know that a young nigga never really did it for the TV or loud in the music. I kept it 100, you rappers, you sneaky. I don't trust you, believe me, but trust in my woman, my queen Nefertiti. I'm forming a path. Need them shaking when I go and rap. Got your 9, I got mine in the back. Hit you hard with the highs and the hats. But you smoking the weed and the crack. Cause your lyrics, they really on that. I don't know why you sharp, cause I told you when Cole was a black nigga here for the love of the rap. We don't mumble, you know it's a fact, nigga. I don't mumble, just listen, I'm rapping. I don't mumble, just listen, I'm rapping. I don't mumble, just listen, I'm rapping. These industry niggas think they got the code to the game, but we pull up in my fucking hanky, yeah.